Okay, so hi and welcome. And today I have the amazing CrossFit athlete Vicky Caruso on here, and I'm so excited to have you.
Hi.
Hi. So you might change your last name soon, or it's
Yeah, so I'm getting married in 25 days, so I will be having a new last name.
that's so exciting. So what's the new last name?
Schwetner.
Oh yeah? Oh whoa. I don't even know if I can pronounce that. Good thing that you
Most
said it.
people can't. I still have to like sound it out when I'm spelling it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Is that an American last name?
it's German.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds so is he like German? Like has
No,
no.
no, he grew up in New York.
Okay. But he has
Yeah.
like grandparents or something that is from?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
his mom's side or his dad's side of the family.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so happy to have you on here because you've been like such a big inspiration for me since like when I started CrossFit in 2014 and I know I've been following you since then and yeah, you're just an amazing athlete.
Oh,
But
thank you.
yeah, but first of all, before we get into like more like the training and the CrossFit, I just wanted to ask if you have one thing you want to share that not many people know about you, or like something that you haven't really shared.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a hard one, I know.
I know. I don't know. Something that not really, I mean, I'm pretty open on social media.
Yeah,
Um, can we come back to that?
yeah, of
Can
course,
I think about
of course.
it?
So let's dive in a little bit more to like your like training, like how did it all start and how did you get into CrossFit and all that?
So I started 7 years ago. Um, my friend that I went to college with, he was on the track team with me, opened a gym like 10, 15 minutes from where I was living. And he was like, I want you to come try it out, like bring a couple of your friends. It's just starting. So I like need the classes to look busy. And I was like super against it. I was like, no, I'm not really into CrossFit. I ran track. Like I was just whatever. And I tried it, and obviously I fell in love with it. And then about a year after that, I got my certification to coach. So I started coaching. And then about a year after that, it became my full-time job. Um, and then, yeah, I've been training and coaching ever since.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
you started with track and field before then?
Yeah. Yeah. So I ran at University of Delaware. I was a sprinter. So the
That's
200 and 400 meters.
whoa, that's so cool. That's awesome. And so you had like a good foundation to get into the CrossFit actually.
Yeah, so I was like, I came in really strong. It was the gymnastic stuff that I needed to work on because I was never a gymnast.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even do a pull up, but I could back squat 300 pounds. So
Whoa.
I needed to kind of balance that out. So that's where I had to start. Like I had a good base, and I've always been an athlete, but all that technical stuff is really what I had to hone in on.
Yeah, but you're really good at the gymnastic stuff now.
I've gotten a lot better with a lot of work.
But that's what I
I can't
always,
say I didn't work at it.
those are, no, I bet you worked so hard on it because those are the
Yeah.
things that I found hardest because like all the strength parts I found so fun, but like the gymnastic was what got me. I was like, it's so hard.
Because they're so technical, and
Yeah.
it's like one little thing is going to make a difference, and like make getting that technique perfect is what like makes it easier, but it's hard. Like I was a sprinter, so I ran from point A to point B. It's not like
Yeah.
I was a thrower or anything where I was like doing anything technical. Like there's not much you change when it comes to running or sprinting. You're faster, you're not. Like you can obviously tweak things, your starts, whatever, how you run, but like generally it's not, reinventing the wheel. So that when I first started, that was the stuff that I really struggled with, not just like pure strength or pure power stuff.
Exactly.
It was all little things.
Yeah. So did you do a lot of like strength things when you did track and field as well? Like that
Yeah,
was
so we weightlifted.
yeah.
So like we did the Olympic lifts, not very good, but we did them, and then
Yeah.
all like accessory stuff, like you would like RDLs, like stuff like that, were
Yeah.
big in our strength program.
How many days a week did you do that when you were doing like the track and field?
Like weightlifting,
Yeah.
just 3 days a week.
Oh yeah. And then on top of
Mhm.
like was
And
the track and field practice every like 5 days a week or
yeah, so like we would have weight rooms 3 days a week, and then practice 5 days a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So are you now at the same gym as you started CrossFit, or yeah?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I've never worked or trained at a different gym.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for how long did you say that? So you started training first, and then a year after you said you got your certification?
Yeah. So I started training April of 2014, about a month after the gym opened. I got my L1 in December of that year, and I started coaching like part-time. And then like about a year after that, I started coaching full-time. And then now, like a year or two after that, I became the general manager.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so great. So which year was the first one doing the open?
2015, I did the open for the first time, not fully
Yeah.
because I couldn't do muscle ups. And that was the year where I think the one workout started with like 7 ring muscle ups or something. I don't
Whoa.
exactly remember what it was. It was like the 3rd or 4th workout. I think it was that year. So I just like stopped because I didn't want to like because the open you can scale half of it or you can RX it, but
Yeah.
your score is not super accurate because your RX scores are going against the RX people and then your scaled scores are going against the scaled people. And I didn't want to do scaled because I knew I was better than that. But then when muscle ups came up, I was like, guess I'm not better than that. I just didn't finish it. So
That's
then,
so annoying.
yeah. So then the following year, I was my first open that I completed in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And how did that go?
Not well.
Not well?
No, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was like I was doing like single muscle ups. My handstand push-ups wasn't able to do more than a few at a time. So I don't exactly remember where I finished. It was
Yeah.
in like, the 10,000 somewhere, but they're always a
That's
good learning
cool.
experience. Yeah, every
Yeah.
year is always a good learning experience.
Yeah.
And every year has a lift, and that always would save me. Because
Oh
I'd
yeah.
be able to do really well on the lift. And then if I didn't do that well in another workout, it wasn't like they balance each other out.
Yeah. That's awesome. So which year was the best year so far? Do you know?
I think 2018 and 2019.
Yeah.
2018, I almost qualified. That was when regionals was still a thing.
Yeah.
I almost qualified individual. I missed it by like 5 or 6 spots or something. And then we ended up going on a team.
Yeah.
Team of 4. And then the following year they got rid of regionals.
So wait, what year was that you went on a team?
2018.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the open in February and then regional was May, then the games, and then I did Granite Games that year, which was in September, because that was before they started the sanctionals.
Oh yeah.
Like the Granite Games I did was the last year before it was a sanctional, and then 2019 they did all the sanctionals.
Yeah, everything's changed so much, and
Yeah.
I don't really understand how it works anymore. I feel like it was way easier when it was just like open and
It was. I mean, it's easier now, and because it's very similar to the regional format.
Yeah.
The biggest difference is it's not by your region, right? So like we were able to go to West Coast Classic, which was in Vegas, where realistically we should have went to Mid-Atlantic because that would have been on the East Coast.
Okay.
But other than that, the qualification is pretty much the same. You have the open, then you qualify. Now they have a quarterfinal, and then that's how you qualify for the semifinals, which is technically like what regionals was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was the year before that it was super confusing. That was the year where it was like you had to win a sanctional to go to the games. And then they also took the top 30 from the open. And then I don't even remember. And then they had like a wild card thing. And yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I think that's the year that I really remember because I was so confused. And then, yeah, I was like, I don't understand how it works. So, yeah. But so in terms of like teams, how was that experience? Like going on a team and compete in CrossFit compared to like compete individually?
So I love team. I don't know. Maybe just because I also love my team. The 3 of us have been training together for like 5 years now. I mean, Joe is the one who opened the gym that he's the one I went to college with, or my one teammate. So I've known him for 10 years. We've been training together for 7 years. Like, he's the one who taught me everything in the beginning. And then Brian came in, and then Tanya came in, and we've been training as a team for, like I said, like 3 or 4 years now. And it's just fun because it's like, I always feel like you can push yourself a little bit more when you're on a team.
Yeah.
You can always find that like extra gear somewhere, because especially if you see somebody else, like your teammate doing something, you're like, okay, they're pushing themselves there, then I gotta go there. And it just, and you feed off of that, and you feed off the energy and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's also nice because you don't have to be good at everything.
Exactly. That definitely makes
Yeah,
sense. And you don't want to
you can
let
have
them
a couple.
down.
Exactly.
You
Like,
just like,
everybody has their strengths, and
yeah.
we balance each other out. And that's one thing that's really good with us, that we balance each other out.
Oh yeah, that's good because that's important to find like teammates that actually
Yeah,
is better at things that you're not that great at. So
exactly. And it's fun because you get to travel with your friends,
yeah, because otherwise
and
you
they're all like
just
vacations. Yeah,
go by yourself, and you always have someone to be with, even
exactly.
though it's other athletes during competitions, but it's nice to have like athletes that you compete with
So you're,
and not
yeah,
against.
exactly.
So that's awesome. That's so much fun. So let's get in a little bit to nutrition and like how you view nutrition and how important it is in terms like of like training and competing and all that.
Um, I I don't value it as much. Not that I don't value it. I definitely
Yeah.
value it. I don't um work at it, I guess, as hard as I should. I don't count my macros. I don't do any of that stuff. I kind of just eat what fuels me and what I like, and make sure I'm getting enough.
Yeah.
I'm not eating crappy food, obviously, but I'm also not like timing my meals or weighing them out or any of that stuff. I'm just kind of, like I said, like eating what fuels me, and what I want.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yes, I've never, even when I was running track, I've never been strict on nutrition. It's funny because I'm very disciplined when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
I'm not disciplined when it comes to food. I just can't, like, I did it going into Wadapalooza, I think 2019, I think it was. I had a nutrition coach, and I followed like the plan, and I counted everything. And I guess since I didn't see such a huge difference, I didn't feel like I needed to keep going with it. I felt like I was able to just kind of like do it on my own. Um, but it definitely is important. Like, I mean, I know the difference when I don't have enough food and when I do have enough food, or like when I'm competing, when I'm not eating the right things, or not timing my meals out properly, like before and after my events and stuff like that. So it's super, super important. And if I was more disciplined, and I knew I could be more disciplined with it, I think I would maybe like dive into it a little bit more. But right now, I just, like I said, I don't feel like I need that huge, like, counting my macros, all that stuff. I'm just kind of like good with how I am.
Yeah, but I love that because like you look amazing and you perform so well. So I mean, you have probably found like a good balance and
Yeah, just
listen to
kind of
your
like on
body.
accident.
Yeah, and that's actually great because that's even more sustainable in the long run as well. So
Exactly.
because like counting will not always work for you anyways, like, and you don't want to do that forever. So you're really in tune with your body instead then. So
Yeah.
yeah, but what do you found like so fine when you compete, like um when to eat and like how close to events do you have like a certain time that you usually use?
Yeah. I mean, even I'll eat like an hour or two before. I usually have like a big breakfast. Like, I'll have
Yeah.
a really big breakfast. And then we'll have our first event. And then depending on how close that second event is, maybe I won't have anything, or at the most I'll have like a shake. Um,
Yeah.
but usually I wait until after like that second event to do like a shake going into like the third one. It also depends on what the workouts are. So like, if the first event is like, a conditioning piece, and then the second event is like a weightlifting piece, I might be able to have actual food because it's weightlifting,
Yeah.
versus if I was going into another conditioning piece, that's when I would have like just a shake with like powdered carbs in it or something, just to like keep my energy levels up, and not eat actual food until after the day is done. When I was running track, I would not eat all day. I would have
Oh,
a big breakfast in the morning, and then I would not eat until I had dinner at like 6 o'clock at night.
you must have been starving.
You just don't. That's the other thing. And maybe that's why. Because even when I'm competing now, I don't get hungry.
Yeah, because you're in
And
that
it's like
state.
almost like my body may be trained from like doing that in track, where like, because I would never be able to eat before I ran, so I would just not eat all day and I'd be fine. And now I'm like, I don't get hungry throughout the day, and your adrenaline's also going.
Yeah.
So
But
like you
did you do
forget. Like my teammates are much better with that than I am.
Oh, okay. But did you do any like Powerade or something when you ran track if you didn't eat anything?
Like, yeah, I mean, we would drink like water. I'd have some Gatorade.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Yeah. But did you ever feel like you were gonna faint or like
No.
that's
I
great.
think also because the workout, like when I was a sprinter, so like the
True.
longest I ran was 55 seconds. So
Yeah.
it's not like I needed fuel for like a 2K or like,
No.
mile or whatever it is. It was like I was done in under a minute, and then I was moving on to the next thing.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so in terms of recovery, I want to know a little bit more. Like, do you have any specific things that you do for recovery? And I know that you're using Whoop as well.
Yeah, so I just started using Whoop.
Oh yeah?
I've only used it since West Coast because they gave it to us.
Yeah.
But I think just because I don't really understand it completely, so I don't really know how to like use it to like fully, I guess, what it
Yeah.
could be used for. I do like that it does like track your recovery and your sleep, and I do notice a difference like when I wake up and it says I'm at a 9% recovery versus when I'm at a 70% recovery. I can start to feel the difference now. It's just like I also feel like it needs consistency, and like my sleep's not consistent because I wake up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm up at 4:30
Oh yeah.
to coach, but then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm not. So it's always like, oh, you need to be more consistent, and it's like I can't because I'm not going to wake up at 4:30 if I don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So I'm still kind of learning about it. And then as far as other stuff, it's really just like I use mobility movement. It's similar like a ROMWAD, like an
Okay.
online mobility service. I'll do that. We do that like a couple days a week, like a long one. Like we'll do it on like Thursday, like a long, like 40-minute one. And then just like the rest of the days I'll use it as like at night, 15-20 minutes just to like stretch out anything that feels tight. That's pretty much it. I mean, I see a PT once a week and just get like body work done.
Yeah, what do you usually get? Like, is that like everything
Depends
like
on what's
whatever
hurting that
needed?
week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the times it's my shoulders. I've been having a little bit of an issue with my hip lately, so it's been my hip. At West Coast, I actually sprained my ankle, so
Oh,
it was that for a while.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so it's just
awesome.
whatever I
Yeah.
need a little bit more work on.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, but I
Yeah,
do find like I know I was using Whoop. I'm not using it at the moment, but I'm thinking about getting it again because I love the sleep tracking as you say,
that's the
or
bad
the
thing. I have
recovery.
an Apple Watch, and
Yeah.
it doesn't do that. And I downloaded a couple different apps to try and like use it, and it's not as like effective or makes as much sense as the Whoop did. So I was like, this is dumb. I mean, I wear both.
Oh, that's what I did as well. But do you know what I started to do? I need to just ask them next time. I started to put it on around my ankle, but
Oh.
it looked like what is it called? One of those you have when
Oh
you're
yeah, like the house when you're on house arrest.
exactly. So people were like looking at me sometimes. I was like, maybe I shouldn't wear it down there. But yeah, usually I had both on. But
Yeah.
I wish that they had like that you could wear it somewhere else than on the wrist. But
Yeah.
I know that they're releasing something new, so I don't know the
Well, I
newer.
know they have
Yeah,
armbands, but also like you're not gonna wear it on your arm like just regular.
no, maybe
I think
not.
that's more for like working out, but
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, because do you find it being like in the way when you do certain things like CrossFit?
A little bit, because I have to like anytime I'm wearing like grips or wrist wraps or something, I
Yeah.
have to like push it down, which is nice because like the Apple Watch I have to take off.
Yeah.
But this is so stretchy, I can just like push it down all the way on my arm,
And it's
and
not
it
gonna
seems to
break.
be fine. Yeah, and it's fine so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, that stuff I definitely have to move it for.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but the recovery part, because as you said, like waking up with like a green score versus a red, it's such a difference.
It also mentally too, I feel like it's
Oh
just like,
yeah,
oh, okay, maybe I am recovered. Maybe I can do
exactly.
things today.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so awesome. So what's next, like competition wise? Do you have anything coming up like soon or?
So the Wadapalooza qualifier is the beginning of October. We'll do the workouts, but I don't think that we're gonna go. Even if like if I were to qualify, I wouldn't want to go. That competition is in January
Okay.
in Miami.
Yeah.
We've done it the past, I think 5 years we've gone. It just we need a break from it.
Yeah.
They also have a swim event, and I'm a really, really, really poor swimmer. So just no
Yeah.
thanks for that.
I could not do swimming. Like I only do, the chest.
I like barely can make it 200 meters. It's like pathetic. It's really bad. But I also live in New Jersey, so it's not like I can go swimming in lakes all year round.
Yeah.
Like I'm fine in a pool. It's that open water that gets me. But
That's so scary to me. I would, yeah, I don't know. It just feels
yeah, it's terrifying.
no.
Terrifying. I don't know. Anybody who tells you they're not, like I've always been terrified of it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm good in the beginning, and then as soon as I like stop or take a break and I look around, and it's like I just literally go into panic mode.
Yeah.
So
No.
I just, don't want to do it this.
I totally agree though. I'm the same. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So so going into like an event, like the mental part, like you have been competing for so long, I guess, but do you ever do you get nervous and
all the time?
Yeah.
I get nervous all the time. Even when I was running track, I could go into a event, my strongest event at like my strongest competition, and I would still be super nervous because you don't know. And that's the thing about competition. Anybody can have a great day. So like if CrossFit's the same way, like just because I'm going up against somebody who I know that I might be stronger than, or I know that I might be better than, or fitter than, or whatever, maybe they have a really, really great day and I don't have that great of a day. And then they beat me. And it's like, wow, okay, well, so you like, I'm always nervous when it comes to that stuff because it's whoever shows up.
Yeah,
that day.
that's true.
Yeah, I've always been like that. You kind of learn to like work through it.
Yeah, do you have any specific things that you usually do in order to like not get as nervous or like?
I just focus on the events that I'm going to do really well at.
Yeah.
And not think about the ones that I'm not going to do well at.
I love that.
That helps
good.
me.
Like
because
to focus
then I know,
on.
Yeah, because it's like if I know there's going to be a 1 rep max lift or some type of heavy lifting event, I'll focus on all my energy on that. Well, not energy, just like my thought process on that one, and just kind of forget about maybe the one with ring muscle ups or pistols or whatever that I'm not going to do that well at.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also, because like I have been reading a lot about like female and hormones and stuff as well. I'm following Dr. Stacey Sims, and that's also something because like we have way more hormones that affects us like in terms of like how well we will perform. So it all depends on that a little bit as well. I don't know. Can you like notice any difference? Because I feel like I can, depending on what time of the month.
Not really, only because so I'm on birth control. I have been for however many years now. So I guess I don't like get as consistent periods, and I don't really have like mood swings. I don't really get any of that stuff. So
that's nice.
I don't
At
really
least.
I don't really notice a huge difference.
That's great. Yeah. I don't notice a huge difference either, like not super big, but what I can notice is that I'm a little bit more like I'm not as strong in the gym certain weeks, or like at least like a week when I'm not as strong as other weeks. So it's like kind of frustrating because you go in like during 2 weeks and you can like kind of like smash the workouts and you feel great, and then like the next week you're just like tired,
and it's like what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't changed anything.
frustrating that it's like you're not able to like do this extra little push that you might have been like the week before.
Yeah.
So that's mainly what I can notice.
Yeah, I can understand that. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get back to the first question. Do you have any
Oh gosh,
thing
I
you
know.
want to share? You don't,
I don't
because
know.
you are open on your social media, as you say, so maybe you don't have anything.
Yeah, anything that people, I mean, a lot of people didn't know I was engaged for a while.
Yeah.
That was, or even in a relationship. When I posted that I got engaged, so many people were like, I didn't even know you were in a relationship. Then they thought I was dating the other guy on my team, Joe. And I was like, no, Jim, totally different guy. I just like that stuff I'm a little bit more private with just because, I mean, it's none of anybody's business. And now that I am in CrossFit and my Instagram's kind of turned into more of like CrossFit and fitness versus like just strictly like my personal life. I just kind of keep that separate.
Yeah. That makes sense. But you did
actually,
so you probably shared one thing already. It's your new last name, because you probably haven't shared that on social media.
And it's funny because everyone's like, are you going to change your Instagram handle? And I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I'm changing my last name. Like, I have all the paperwork. Everything's going to be changed legally. But I was like, I don't know if I'll change it on social media just because, one, it's so long. It's so long. And I'm like, I like my Instagram handle is short and precise.
Yeah. And people will probably have a hard time finding you.
Yeah, they'd be like, wait, who is this girl? Like, oh, wait, that's the same girl? Those legs, they're the same legs?
So can you say it again? So it's going to be Vicky?
Schwetner.
Schwetner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
It's tough because there's a lot of letters in the middle of it that you don't, like, so you spell it SCHWENDTNER.
Whoa.
It's got like 5 consonants in the middle that like you really don't need, I don't think. And that's why everybody looks at it and they're like, what? And I'm like, just, yeah. That's how it is. But
that's awesome.
Comes with marriage, I guess.
Exactly. That's so true. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on today. I don't have any more questions. If you don't have anything else you want to share, of course.
No, I'm pretty good. Thank you for having me on. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. And maybe I'll see you again soon. Thank you so
maybe
much.
We'll finally get to meet in person one of these days.
Exactly. We need to work out. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Vicky.
No problem.